Welcome back, viewers. Before I tell you how to work on your mental health, or how to have a positive mental attitude, or how to improve on your mental health so that it doesn't affect your sexual life, I would like to talk a little bit about a platform. Now, this platform is called Connect You. Connect You is a social media platform built by Africans, for the sole purpose of empowering Africans. Have you ever wondered, imagine yourself using a social media platform where you get paid? Now, I'm not here to speak against any other social media, but I'm here to enlighten you on this very interesting platform. Connect You has been built such that Africans maximize the time they use on the internet. Africans actually improve on their lives and their general well-being by being on the platform. Now, this is a very interesting platform. On this platform, you can actually buy or sell. You can make friends and make money by just liking, posting, tagging, commenting on a post. Isn't that wonderful? Imagine me sitting, using my phone. I like a post, I tag someone on a post, I comment on someone's post, and I get paid. That's cool. Imagine me having stuff and I don't know how fast to sell those things, and I get on the platform and I sell my stuff as fast as possible. That's incredible. Imagine me as a celebrity, the celebrity that I am, creating a group or a page on the platform, thereby having access to thousands and thousands of fans. It's incredible. Now, this platform is very interesting, and to know more about this platform, just kindly go and register. Go to the website at www.connectyou.com. Log in, create an account, and register. I assure you, you won't regret using this platform. Now, how can we improve on our mental health so that it doesn't affect our sexual life? But before I get into that, I'm going to read someone sending a contribution. I'm going to just read it for us. It says, "Greetings. Firstly, I don't think sexuality or sexual life is in any way affected by our mental health. To me, sex is fun, and at times it can be gotten irrespective of how sad or happy we are." This is from Frances in Tico. Frances is saying that sex is sex. It doesn't matter whether she's happy, whether she's sad. Sex is fun. Now, Frances, I would love to ask you something. Have you ever been in a bad mood? I don't know if you're married or not, but I would just like to ask this question. Have you ever been in a bad mood and your husband or your boyfriend comes and he's like, he wants sex, and you've had a really bad day, or something is really bothering you, or you've lost a loved one, and your husband or your boyfriend comes to you and says he wants sex? Now, Frances, how would you react to that? How are you going to react? Just tell me how you're going to undress yourself and have sex with your husband or your boyfriend when you just lost a best friend, or your mom or your grandmom, or a brother or a loved one, a relative, anything, or something really tragic has happened to you within the course of the day, and someone asked you for sex. I don't know how you feel about that. We all know that sex is fun. Sex is fun. That is the way it was designed. But what we are trying to establish here is our mental health plays a lot in our sexual life. You might have sex. You might have sex, but I assure you, Frances, I don't think you're going to enjoy that sex when you're mentally unstable. I really don't think. I don't know. I'm giving my own opinion, but I don't think that you're going to enjoy that sex when you're mentally unstable. I really don't think so, Frances. I don't know, but in my own opinion, I don't think you enjoy sex when you're mentally unstable. Imagine that you lost someone. Just imagine that you lost someone died, and your husband comes and says, I want this thing now. You might even slap him. So what do we do to improve on our mental health so that it doesn't affect our sexual life? Now, one of the things is meditate. Because, like I said in the beginning, mental health issues are not common in the African society, especially in Cameroon. People go through depression, they don't even know that they're depressed. People go through post-traumatic stress disorder, they don't even know what it is. People go through anxiety, they don't even know what it is. And because people don't talk about their feelings, or people don't really talk about, there are no platforms for people to express their feelings or to express their emotions or how they feel, we tend to brush it off. You hear people say, black man no dey die dirty, or black don't crack. We are blacks, we don't crack. I beg to differ, because we are blacks, we are human beings, and we crack. We crack. There is nobody who will go through a series of depressing situations and will not crack. There is nobody who will be mentally unstable for a couple of months and will not crack. You will crack. So the first thing I recommend is to meditate. Now, for those of you who go to church, you could read your Bible, meditate on some scriptures, about renewing your mind and things like that. For people who don't go to church, you might find anything that gives you peace of mind and meditate on. It could be just a nice piece of music. Put on your earplugs, listen to the music and just meditate. It could be some good teachings, good teachings on any topic that you love. Put on something, just sit there and just, meditate, ease off that negative feeling and allow it to pass and just go away. For some people, you might meditate. Meditation is not. Some people think meditation is talking. It's just sitting, going to a comfortable place, sitting down, and just having a quiet time, meditating on something. You're thinking. Meditation is thinking. You're putting your mind on something. You're thinking on something positive. I would say something positive. And the next thing you can do to improve on your mental health is to exercise. Now, a lot of us, especially in Africa, we think that exercise is just to lose weight. We think those who exercise are people who are fat, that the ones who need exercise. The exercise plays a lot of positive, it has a lot of positive impact on our general health and on our mental health. Now, if you see people who exercise regularly, you realize that they hardly fall sick. They are not at risk of high blood pressure. They are not at risk of maybe heart attack and stroke and things like that. Exercise keeps your body fit. It keeps your heart pumping. It keeps your blood pumping. It enables good blood circulation. Now you can exercise and it improves on your general mood and your general well-being. That's another way to improve on your mental health. If you're depressed, just take a walk, take a jog, just go somewhere, just take brisk walking. If you think you cannot exercise, just in the evening, just wake up, take a walk, stroll around. That's exercise. Jog, that's exercise. Get a jump rope and jump. That's still exercise. You must not go to the gym if you don't have money to register for a gym. Jog in your house, go around your compound, just do anything, just keep your body moving. It improves on your health, it improves on your life. The next thing you can do to improve on your mental health is to pray. Like I said, for those who go to church, prayer is the key. You pray. Ask God to help you. Ask God to help you with whatever mental challenge you're having. It works. It works all the time. It works. Another thing you can do to improve on your mental health is to get a counselor. Now, a lot of us tend to buckle up things inside. We don't want to talk about our issues because we are afraid that people might use it against us. We don't want to open up about some of the private things of our life because we are afraid that people will use it against us. Now, one of the things that work, especially with people that have suffered from trauma, is their ability to open up and talk to someone. Get someone you trust. It must not be a pastor. It must not be, it could be anybody you feel comfortable talking to. It could be a best friend. It could be just a friend. It could be a child. Children are so innocent. And it's so refreshing talking to a child, because then you know that child will not criticize you. The child will not laugh at you. The child will just sit there and be listening. It could be anyone you trust. Get someone you can talk to. Just get someone you can talk to. Stop buckling up things. That alone, when you keep putting things and buckling up things, it affects your life. It affects you, and it affects your sexual life. One day your husband will want to touch you, and you'll be like, you will just flare up. And the man will not even understand where the anger is coming from. He will not understand. He will not know that it's maybe something, maybe he did something 3 weeks ago, he did something last year, and you're just thinking about it, and the thing is just coming up. So get someone to talk to. If you feel like you're always moody all the time, talk to someone you trust, your mom, anybody. If you feel like you're always anxious over nothing, talk to someone. Just get someone you can talk to. Now, the next way you can improve on your mental health, this is going to shock a lot of people, especially in Cameroon, is get help. Go do therapy. See a therapist. It's very common in the Western world. It's common in America. It's common in the UK. It's common in the Western world. But unfortunately, we are praying and hoping that Cameroon gets to the level where we have mental health homes and, you know, mental health counselors, mental health therapists. Get a therapist. If you feel that your issue has gotten to a point where you cannot longer handle it, it's affecting not just your sexual life, but it's affecting every area of your life, get help. Get help. Just get help. See a therapist. From our research, L'Hôpital Jamon in Yaoundé has a psychiatric center. Now, a lot of people think that psychiatric center is just for mad people. No, that's the mental health section of the hospital. Luckily, I've been there. You see a lot of people coming there and consulting for depression, anxiety, and things like that. Go there, see a therapist, talk to someone, you know, talk to someone. Just see a therapist if you can afford it. I don't know how expensive it is here, but I know that L'Hôpital Jamon in Yaoundé has those services. Just talk to someone. Now, those are some of the ways you can improve on your mental health so that it doesn't affect your sexual life. Now, we have another contribution from someone. It says, I think sex is enjoyable when both parties are mentally elated, because no depressed person or angry spouse will be in the mood for sexual activity. Let couples take notes and study their spouses. Wow, I love this. I really love this reaction. This is from Beatrice Checkpoint. Beatrice, thank you so much for your contribution. I really want to agree with you on this one. No party, there is no way you're going to enjoy sex when you're not mentally elated. There is no way you're going to enjoy life in general when you're mentally unstable. There is just no way. And I would like to point out, especially to the husbands, we know that men are analytical beings, and we know that men most times they don't really give attention to women and the way they feel. They might provide money for food, take care of the kids, school fees and things like that. But when it comes to really reading a woman's emotion, it becomes very difficult for a man. A man analyzes everything. So I'm pleading with the men in the house that please try to give more attention to the way your woman reacts. Give attention to her emotions. Give attention to her moods. A guy who is very observant will obviously know when his wife or his woman is not mentally okay, because it starts with just a change in your mood. Today you're moody, tomorrow you're just there, the next day you're just moody, nothing interests you. 2 weeks you're just somehow. For a man who is not really observant, he might not really notice. So I'm begging on the guys or the men in the house, please learn to study your spouse. Learn to understand their emotions. Learn to understand their mood swings. Sometimes women just cry for nothing. Sometimes myself, I don't understand. A woman will just sit and she will start crying for nothing. Like it happens to me like all the time. Why are you crying? You cannot even explain why you're crying. Sometimes you are overly excited. Why are you excited? You cannot explain. The worst is when a woman is ovulating or she's on her period. That is just the worst. For guys who know their women very well can testify. Even a normally jovial person, somebody who is very happy, when she's ovulating or her period is she's on her period, my goodness, she can be so aggressive, she can be so moody, she can be so unlikable. I don't even know how to say it. Those are some of the things men should try and take into consideration. Study your woman, know her mood swings, know when she changes her mood, know why her moods are swinging, understand her, understand her body. All of those things is going to help you in your sexual life, because if you don't understand those things, you might end up complaining each time you want to have sex with your wife and she's moody, or she behaves in a certain way. You might end up thinking that, oh, maybe she's cheating, or maybe she has lost interest. But little do you know that it's just a little thing. Maybe she just needs someone to talk to. Maybe she just really wants to talk. A lot of guys get this wrong. Please. It's not every time that you just dive on your woman and you start grinding her. Please. Sometimes she just wants to talk. other times she just wants to be cuddled. Just hold her, kiss her, just pet her, pamper her. It's not every time. All of those things are part of sex, you know. When you just dive in on a woman like that, it becomes a problem. That's why you hear most people say, most girls complain, my husband is, you know, sometimes I don't get to orgasm, you know, and things like that. Sometimes, guys, sex is not just about your sexual life. Encompasses everything from kissing to touching her to caressing her body, you know, to buying her gifts, putting her in the mood. Valentine's Day is coming. Don't just wait on that day on Sunday. Now you just want to, you know, enter the matter, you know, and just chop the pomo and do your thing. No, start preparing her body now. Buy her gifts. Get her something she likes. Put her in that mood. It's not on Valentine's Day that you must do those things. Just understand your woman and you know, put her in that mood. All of those things helps to improve on your mental health. It helps to improve on your sexual life. I know a lot of girls now are waiting. Valentine's Day, I'm waiting, you know, I'm waiting for this guy to do this to me. I'm waiting for this guy to buy me this. I'm waiting for this guy to buy me this. Sisters, please, you can also do that to your husband or your boyfriend. It's not a one-way thing, please. Don't let the guys think that it's only them who are supposed to initiate this thing. And I don't know what is happening with Africans. I really don't understand. Where was it written that it is only the men who are supposed to initiate sex in a relationship or in marriage? I don't understand. I don't know where that has ever been written before. Now, on this show, we are breaking the status quo. On this show, we are talking about those things that you would normally not feel comfortable talking about. And tonight, I am telling you, girls, sisters, married women, please learn to initiate sex. It is sexy. This Valentine's Day, learn to initiate sex. Men are only a master, they only be like saying only the one it's your body to the scratch sometimes them. Sometimes you're in the mood and your husband is not in the mood, you put him in the mood. It's not only him that will initiate sex. A woman initiating sex is very sexy. Just try this Valentine's Day. It's Lover's Day, day for love. Just try it now. You tell me what your husband thinks. Just try it. It's sexy. It improves on your sexual life. Please, let's try to spice up things. Let's try to work on our mental health. And the last thing we're going to be discussing is how can being in a positive mental space improve on your sexual life. How can being in a positive mental state improve on your sexual life? Now, one day I heard a guy say that he doesn't necessarily need anything to spark him up. He's always in the mood. I told him, yes, I know. I said, but what if you got something disturbing you in your mind, or some kind of you got a bad news, or you got, like I said earlier, you got a bad news, or something bad happens to you, will you be in the mood? And shockingly, this guy, he said, the one thing that he said, there is no way he's going to be in the mood for sex when he hasn't eaten. It's strange. It's very strange. He says there's no way he's going to be in the mood for sex when he hasn't eaten. When he's hungry, he's automatically turned off. Can you imagine food? Can you imagine what food can do to your sexual life? Can you imagine what food can do to your libido, to your sexual drive? Now, one of the ways you can being in a positive mental state can improve on your sexual life is that it boosts your mood. Generally, when you're positive, you are in a good mood. There is no way a positive person can be in a bad mood. There is no way a positive person can be moody or can be depressed. When you have a positive mind, it's going to boost your mood. So for those who are always moody, please look for something that excites you. Don't carry your moodiness into the bedroom, please. Don't carry your moodiness and transfer it to your husband, please. Being in a positive mental state boosts your general mood. The second thing, it gives you sexual satisfaction. When you are positive and you are in a state where you can control the way you think, the way you react, and the way you manage your emotions, it automatically gives you sexual satisfaction. There is no way you can be negative and have sex and enjoy it. But once you're positive and your mind is stable, you're going to enjoy sex, and you're going to get to orgasm, and you're going to come as many times as you want. Yes, I said it. And the last thing is that it leads to a stronger sexual bond with your spouse or your partner. Now, being positive is very good, but maintaining that positivity in your mind is very challenging. It's very challenging. And that's where a lot of us have issues. If you can only get yourself to a place where you are positive and then you maintain that positivity, I bet you it's going to lead to a strong bond between you and your husband or you and your boyfriend. I don't think there's any guy who wants to date a negative person, or there's any guy who enjoy being around a negative wife or a negative girlfriend. You're always negative. I don't want this one. I want to go back here. I don't enjoy this one. I don't want ice cream. I don't want this one. You're always negative. You always see negativity everywhere around you. I don't think there's a guy who wants to stay with that kind of woman. I don't think so. So being in a positive mental space enables you to build a strong bond between you and your partner, thereby leading to a long-lasting relationship. Now, a lot of times, a lot of relationships fail, not really because a partner is bad or the other partner is wicked or something. Most times, relationships fail due to little things that we ignore. Just imagine you being negative all the time. No guy, as a lady, no guy wants to be around you. Trust me. No guy wants to be around a negative person. Imagine you a guy, you're negative. Everything about your life is just negativity. No lady will want to be around you. No lady will want to date you. Imagine a husband. You're always negative. I don't have a job. They sacked me from work. Your wife is doing everything to encourage you. Honey, just take it easy. God will provide something. No, I need a job now. How do I do this? How do I do this? I have to sell my car. I have to do this. I have to do that. You complain morning to night. There's nothing worse than a man who nags. Men always say women nag. There are men who nag. And if you want to check the root cause of the nagging, it's just something very minute, something very small. His mental state has been destabilized. So it affects his life, it affects his sexual life, it affects his family life, it affects every area of his life. Please, let's understand that sex is not just about you, a man, getting to a woman and coming out. Sex is not just about a woman getting to orgasm and that is it. We've heard of stories where women get to orgasm and they still tell that they did not enjoy the sex. Sex is not all about, just doing it and to just know, oh, we've done it, we've had sex, I've given my husband sex. After all, I cannot deny him sex. He's my husband, or my boyfriend, I cannot deny him sex. We just have to do it. But did you enjoy it? It's not all about that. There are a lot of things like we've just mentioned here tonight that affects our sexual life, and like we said, mental health is one of them. Being in a positive mental state plays a lot in your sexual life. Now, before we end this show, I'd just love to reiterate again and just give you a rundown of what we've been talking about if you're just joining us. Now, we started off by saying that our mental health plays a major role in our sexual life. We also went to reiterate the fact that there are a lot of negative mental attitudes or negative behaviors that we have mentally that affects our sexual life. We also reiterated some mental health illnesses like depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, and all the like. Those are the things that can affect our sexual life. Then we also said that there are ways you can improve on your sexual life. There are ways you can boost your mood. There are ways you can improve on your mental health. You could exercise, you could meditate, you can pray. For those of you who go to church and believe in God, because I know some people, they have their own things they believe in, you can see a counselor, you can talk to a therapist, a licensed therapist, somebody who has been trained to handle mental health issues. Now, we are closing by saying that being in a positive mental state can improve on your sexual life. It will boost your general mood, your mood in general. It boosts your general mood, and it leads to a stronger bond in that relationship. It helps both parties build a stronger bond. Now, I would love to leave you guys with this. I would love to say that in as much as sex is very vital in every relationship, mental health, sex and mental health are like two sides of the same coin. one cannot do without the other. I repeat, sex and mental health are like two sides of the same coin. You can't enjoy sex when you are in a poor mental state. You can't be in a positive mental state and not enjoy sex. So I'll love you guys to please sit back, re-evaluate your life, meet your partner, talk to your wife, ask her what has been the issue, what has been the cause of the change in her moods recently. Talk to your girlfriend. See, girls, open up, talk to your husbands, talk to your boyfriends, pour out your emotions. It helps. It helps. Stop buckling up things, you know, and killing your sexual life. Depression and all of those poor negative energy drains you. It can drain you to a point where you lose interest in sex. You lose interest in sex completely. So please, while we're enjoying Valentine's Day, which is a few days from now, let's take out time to work on our mental health. Let's take out time to look for ways we can spice our sexual life. My name is Ella Eduke, and I am your host. Until next time, I remain your humble, open, very, very bold host to talk about the things you wouldn't want to talk about. Stay blessed.
My name is Wozo Oliver, and I'm the product manager for Connect You. Connect You is a